What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here. Hope you're having a good day, and welcome back to another edition of the Great Chicago Fire. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and hit that like button. Now, today, of course, we got the playoff extravaganza, but I want to take a look at this screen. We do have a couple players that are up for contract negotiations, and Dimitar Berbatov is one of them. I really am debating over bringing him back, but I know a lot of you guys say I should, so I'm going to do that after the season. Jordan Stewart, the 34-year-old left back that I brought in for this year, he's going to be off on his way. And Alex Morrill, the youngster that I loaned out for the season, I'm going to extend his contract and see how he does for one more year. So let's take a look at the conferences and the tables, and everybody that's sitting in green means they have moved on to their semifinals. And as you can see, Philadelphia and Columbus have moved on, which means that we're going to be taking on Philadelphia today. And this is how the wildcard round shaped up. Philadelphia beat the New York Red Bulls 2-1, surprisingly getting past the Red Bulls. Columbus beat New York City. Real Salt Lake needed penalties to get past FC Dallas, which is also a shock in the Western Conference. I thought Dallas would have gone a long way. And then San Jose absolutely curb-stomping Portland Timbers by the score of 5-0. So that leaves these last remaining 8 teams to win the MLS Cup. Columbus, Toronto, Philadelphia, us, San Jose, Seattle, and Real Salt Lake Sporting KC. We got ourselves a little bit of an easy way since we're taking on Philadelphia, but at this point in time, we cannot take anything for granted. Which means we're going to come out and put our best foot forward in both of these matches. Now, the wild card match was a one-time deal to get yourself into the semifinals. The conference semis and the conference finals are two-legged home and away, all leading up to the MLS Cup, which is a one final match. Now today we're going to be traveling away from home, and the lineup against Philadelphia is going to be like this. Johnson and net, Ramos, Kappelhoff, Opara, and Vincent along the back line. Kali Tiam sitting in the DM spot, Diskerud and Labraka are going to be the two midfielders, as Razvan Kukic is out with injury still. Akam and Molino the wingers, Michael Deleuze sitting up top. Now in the MLS Cup playoffs, the away goals do count, and since we're the away team first, I want to just go and smash 5 past Philadelphia. Let them know that we mean business, and leave no doubt that we're going to move on into the finals, the conference finals. So let's go kick off and see what happens. So we're kicking off, and it's going to be the first of potentially 5 matches today. Like I said, the 2 legs for the Eastern Conference semis, the 2 legs of an Eastern Conference final, and then the MLS Cup final at the very end. And as we see right here from the off, we got ourselves a nice little bit of ball movement going over the top, trying to find Deleuze, but just cannot get connection in the end. 14 minutes on, Molino running free. A counterattack off of an initial shot. Philadelphia now doing very well with the ball at their feet. They still have not gotten a single shot off just yet, but I feel like this could all change right here. They are looking very confident in their passing. Barnetta to Davies. Jesus Christ, Charlie Davies. And this was something I was worried about, that they would continue building stuff up and not have a single shot, and then boom, when the time is right, get their first shot on target, make it the first goal, and take the lead. 1 minute stoppage time on the clock. Charlie Davies keeping the ball in bounds, gets it into the middle, cleared away. And Kali Tiam, come on, my man. Kali Tiam giving away a penalty right on the stroke at halftime. Didn't need to do that. And Philadelphia can see themselves go up 2-0 before the first half is over. Last kick of the game, or last kick of the half. Alberg stepping up. Sean Johnson, be a hero. Thank you, Sean Johnson. Saving like he does for most of the year, saving penalties, keeping it 1-0 to Philadelphia. But for Christ's sake, guys, we have had all the chances in the world. Philadelphia haven't had much of anything. That was only their second shot on target. So what we're going to do is we're going to attack. We're going to exploit the flanks. We're just going to go more short passing. Michael Deleuze hasn't had a great game. May think about subbing him off. 66 minutes on, David Akam with a yellow card coming inside, just can't find the cross. Kevin Molino, there you go. A ball luckily bounces to Kevin Molino into the far post, his 12th goal of the season, and we level the matchup and get ourselves an all-important away goal. Take a look at this. Akam, not really known for his crossing ability, likes to cut inside more often than not, but Labraka heads it on to Kevin Molino, who just inches it past the goalkeeper and gets ourselves level. Since we turned on the attack, it's been a little bit more favorable to our side, but Philadelphia's still getting their chances. Corner kick. Kevin Molino gets inside. Finds Kawi Tiam. Oh, just on the wrong side of the post. 5 seconds left now. Ball cleared out to David Akam, but we're just not going to have ourselves enough time to really push forward as the ref blows his full-time whistle. It's 1-1 at this first leg here at Philadelphia. But like I said, we got ourselves an away goal. That helps us out immensely going back to Chicago for the second leg. Now, this is going to be a bit of a problem. Arturo Alvarez and Kevin Molino have been picked to be on international duty during the playoffs. Now, I need to recall them. Yeah, I'm going to have to withdraw these guys from the squad since we're in the playoffs. And obviously, international break coming up in November. I cannot allow them to leave, especially not Kevin Molino. So both of them are going to have to be withdrawn. Wait a minute, now they're saying that David Akam is going off on international duty. Due to join international squad. I can't let him not go. What the hell? We're in the middle of a playoff run, and one of my best players is gone off on international duty. How is that even possible? That I can't take him away, that I can't withdraw him? Unbelievable. Well, that just means if I advance into the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm going to be without a Calm for at least the first match. Not ideal whatsoever, especially when we take on like Toronto or Columbus. So this is what the lineup's going to be for the second leg here at home in Chicago. Johnson and net, Ramos, Kapilov, Opara, Vincent along the back line once again. Tiam is going to be the defensive mid because Kokish is back from his injury. He'll be pairing up with Mix in the middle, Molino and Akam on the sides, and then Deleu. Man, Deleu, you did so badly in that last match. We're actually going to start Dimitar Berbatov today since he has done it for us most of the season. So this is what we're going to go with. Cross fingers. Hopefully we do see ourselves through to the next round, but anything can happen. We got the away goal, but let's just kick off and see what happens and hope for the best. And we've been playing a controlling style all season long. It's favored us extremely well. Hopefully we can see ourselves through today. They have. Oh, it's a foul in the box. David Akam taken out by Fabinho. And stepping up to take the shot is Mix Diskerud. Mix, not honestly the penalty taker of choice that I would have thought. Let's take a look. No, definitely not. It would not have been Mix. I had Mix ahead of Dimitar Berbatov. And honestly, Berbatov should be the number one guy. So I have no idea why that Berbatov isn't stepping up to take this penalty. Mix, not a bad penalty taker in general with a 12, but I would have loved Berbatov with an 18. Well, that's just something I need to think about going forward. Now we can cross our fingers and hopes Mix can put us in the lead 4 minutes on. Of course he doesn't. Why can't I look at these things before the match goes on? Had our chance to take the lead and we absolutely bottled it. Mix has not played well at all, and now Philadelphia coming forward on a free kick. Good tackle away. Good dispossess. Akam, use your pace. Use your pace. Get around those defenders. They are really coming up, but it doesn't matter. He crosses into Kevin Molino, and we got ourselves a 1-0 lead, a 2-1 on aggregate lead with 7 minutes left to go in the half. Maybe he's got weak dribbling. I don't know. I can't remember what his stats are for that, but he's got 17 pace. He should be beating his defenders no matter what. But he had the wherewithal to cross it into Kevin Molino and gets the goal, which gives us the lead. A lot of players not playing very well today. Like I said, Mix with a 6-2, Ike Opara with a 6-4, and honestly, I don't know if I want to keep those guys on for the rest of this match. If they're not playing very well, I don't want to risk the wellness of my team and the tranquility of my team by keeping them out there and bringing us down. We got our lead. We can extend the lead right here if we so desired. Kapelhoff, oh great, keeping that ball within the attacking third. Tiam to Akam, but he's being bullied. And in fact, keeping it in the middle of the park is probably not the best. Vincent, though, to Molino, takes a shot. Weak shot directly at the goalkeeper. 63 minutes on now, throw in for us. Why are you letting these guys take the ball off of you with such ease? I mean, we're just giving it away to these guys. But we get the ball back. Kokish to Akam, taking a shot. We are loving to aim at the goalkeeper. He is our target. Not the back of the net. It's the goalkeeper that's our target today. 65 minutes about, and Philadelphia's coming forward. CJ Sapong, and there's the equalizer for Philadelphia. We have been playing absolutely horrible these last 2 legs, and I don't understand why. 10 minutes left to go in normal time. As it stands right now, this is going to go into extra time, which is not something I would have liked. I'm not happy. I'm not happy this is going to extra time. Defense letting me down again. Late in this season. You saw at the end of last episode by just, completely shitting the bed versus Toronto. And now we're giving up goals to Philadelphia, of all teams. Alright, so for these last 30 minutes, I am going to throw it on attack. I want to just put this to bed in extra time. I don't want this to go to penalties. I do not trust going to penalties at this point. And it looks like the first half of extra time goes on without a whimper. No highlights whatsoever. Second half, come on now. What was Kapelov even throwing it up to? Seriously, what was he even throwing it up to? Tiam is doing very well. That's 3 straight challenges from Kali Tiam to win that ball back. Out to Akam, crosses it into Berbatov. Oh, how do you miss that? Tiam was playing like a man possessed to win that ball, and then Berbatov just cocks it up. I'm going to say this, if the playoffs are going to be like this all the way through, then, give me a defibrillator now because my heart can't take it. So we're going to have to go into penalties, and this is how we're going to line it up. Berbatov is going to be number 1. We're going to have Molino coming in second. Who else are we going to have? We're going to have Brandon Vincent coming in third. We'll have LaBraca in fourth. And David Akam will be fifth. Everything else after that is just a crapshoot at this point in time. This is not ideal. Berbatov stepping up, takes it. There we go. In fact, hold on a second. There we go. Penalty shootout from this view. I think it's better for you guys to see what's going on. Chris Pontius stepping up. Ooh, Sean Johnson. He should have saved that. He really should have. It's 1-1. Kevin Molino now gets it, makes it 2-1 to the Fire. Alejandro Bedoya, he is injured. He takes the Sean Johnson diving correctly both times, and he was just within a fingertip away. Brandon Vincent, it's exactly what Sean Johnson should have done. It's exactly what Sean Johnson should have done both those times. Allberg, and Philadelphia are in the lead now. This is unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable the way we're tossing this MLS Cup run away. LaBraca makes it 3-3 though. Conceição steps up. How is Sean not saving these? It's 4-3 to Philly. This is our last gasp. We got to make it and we got to save it. David Akam stepping up. Bollocks. Takeaway from this is you can have yourself the best record and the most points in the regular season, and that doesn't mean anything once you get into the playoffs. As Philadelphia, a 6th seed, 6th in the conference, is going to the Eastern Conference Finals over us. And that's how our season ends. Really. That's with heartbreak and disappointment. And I'm absolutely going to lay into these players because they should have played a lot better over both legs. So maybe I shouldn't have bigged them up at the very start of the first leg saying, let's throw 5 past Philadelphia. Let's just put this to bed early. Because that pretty much put a jinx on me, I'm sure. So while we win the conference and we win the Supporters' Shield, we are going into the CONCACAF Champions League for 2017-2018. That won't start up until the middle of next season. So that's something to look forward to next season. But as for this season, we might as well just go through the season roundup and see who did the best and who's not staying. But as it stands right here, this is where we come together and show you who did the best on the team. Goals, assists, overall average rating. And as you can see, most goals on the team, it's Dimitar Berbatov. It can only be one man. 18 goals in 32 appearances. Far and away the best player that we had on this team this year. Kevin Molino, David Akam also racking up double digits with 13 and 12 respectively. Michael DeLue was injured for 5 months out of the season, still scored 9 goals in his 14 appearances. So not bad for his recovery. And like I said, I don't know if I really want to sign back Dimitar Berbatov. I'm still going back and forth in my head if I really want to bring him back for one more year. Majority assists on this team. Kevin Molino with 14, of course, being a left attacking mid. He was going to have himself a good number of assists, and that showed today. David Akam, Razvan Kokish also netting double digits with 10 apiece, and Rodrigo Ramos, the right back, getting himself 7 on that sheet. And Rodrigo Ramos, I tried to see if I can loan him back in from Curitiba in Brazil, but they said they want to give him some first team football down there, so I'm going to have to look for a new right back as well in the offseason. As far as average rating is concerned, best average rating on the team, Michael DeLue. Yes, he did play only 14 matches, but he had himself 2 hat tricks. He had himself 2 hat tricks when he came back from his injury, leading to that high average rating of 7.25. David Akam, 7.23. Razvan Kokish with a 7.22. Overall, I had a lot of players. In fact, I believe I had half of my team above a 7 average rating. So that just shows that the entirety of the season we played extremely well to get all these wins and to get into a position that we were winning the conference and winning the Supporters Shield. Now on the other side, players that I'm probably going to be letting go at the end of the season, like I said, Jordan Stewart, he is not going to be coming back. He's 34 years old. I want to give Patrick Duty some play time in that left back spot. As you can see, he only played one match, but that was because he was away on loan somewhere before getting injured, and I had to bring him back. So Duty, yeah, he's going to be backing up Brandon Vincent. And then we have Artur Alvarez as a right side winger. I don't know if I really want to keep him on because he didn't get a lot of play time, and when he did, he was very lackluster. Eric Gehrig, he's more of a backup level utility player. I'm going to keep him on. Jonathan Campbell, same thing, but he's 6 years younger. He's 22 years old, backup level center back. Matt Polster, backup level defensive mid. And since Kali Tiam is not going to be coming back, he's going to be my starting defensive mid, pending Bastian Schweinsteiger, of course. So we skipped ahead a couple of days and we got the end of season team awards. David Akam, fans player of the season with 41%. Kokish in second. Dimitar Berbatov in third. Goal of the season, Luis Solniak versus New England. But let's take a look at this. Luis Solniak coming through. We did defeat them 3-1. What a strike. That was about 25 yards out with a man in his face too, to go cross the face of goal and into the back of the net. That was a really good strike, not gonna lie. I approve. I approve of that being the goal of the season for the Fire. Signing of the season, Dimitar Berbatov. It can't be anybody else. He did so well for us on a free. And then young player of the season, Kali Tiam. He's only 22 years old, coming to us from that Lithuanian club, MTK. But other than that, what else we got? It doesn't look like we have anything else. Scouting reports and whatnot. We probably won't know what exactly how much money we're going to win is until the end of the season. If I had to place blame, any fictional blame on us losing in the Eastern Conference semifinals, I blame international duty, the looming threat of that. Continuing to go forward through the end of the MLS Cup playoffs, Dimitar Berbatov wins Newcomer of the Year, 35 years old, winning himself an award as Newcomer of the Year. Good for him, with 17 goals in 28 league appearances, beating out Henak Goitim and Ola Kamara. Good job. Looking at our commercial director stuff, looking at sponsorship monies and whatnot, we got a new stadium deal worth $4 million over the next 10 years. Previous deal was just $400,000. So that's a big increase. That's a 10 times increase. And then looking at the shirt sales sold, Mix the leader with Berbatov, Delu, Molino, and Akam sitting down there. Not bad whatsoever. You know what? We're going to offer him a new contract. We're going to absolutely offer this man a new contract. I'm not going to give him $2.6 million. I'm going to drop him down to $2 million. He'll take $2.1 million for the next year. I feel that is in the best interest for everybody involved. We'll have Delu, we'll have Berbatov, we'll have Solniak, we'll have our 3 top strikers coming back for next season, so I don't have to worry about that. I mean, if he did this well for us, getting himself 18 goals over 32 matches, why not bring him back for one more year? I did say at the original start, this was only going to be a trial period. If he did very well, then I'd bring him on for another year, and if he didn't do well, then I'd just get rid of him. And he did above and beyond what I thought that he was capable of. So here it is, at least in writing. We do get $200,000 in general allocation money for not making the final of the conference playoffs. So a little bit of a consolation prize, but at the end of the day, definitely could have been a lot more had we won the entire damn thing. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Philadelphia's in the final of the MLS Cup playoffs. Who did they play? They played against Columbus and they beat them 4-3 on aggregate. I guess I absolutely underestimated Philadelphia. All right, Philadelphia, you defied the odds. You beat my expectations. Are you going to beat Sporting KC? And the answer is no. Philadelphia lose by the score of 2-0 to Sporting KC. Hendry Thomas and Dom Dwyer, the goal scorers for Sporting, and they are the MLS Cup winners for 2016. They get themselves that automatic CONCACAF spot along with us and 2 others. I don't know. Let's check. All right, so the breakdown is as follows for getting into the CONCACAF Champions League, since there are multiple winners across conference and Supporter Shield and the Cup. Since we won both the Eastern Conference and the Supporter Shield takes precedence over the Eastern Conference, which means we get the Supporter Shield spot. Conference spot goes down to second place, but since second place is Toronto, they're not eligible for that since they need to win it through the Canadian Championship. That then moves down to third place. So New York Red Bulls, in essence, they didn't win anything, but they get themselves a CONCACAF spot. just because of ineligibility above them, and we won 2 things above that. So it's Chicago and New York Red Bulls coming out of the East, and out of the West, of course, Sporting KC winning the Western Conference and now the MLS Cup, which means that moves down 1 spot to Seattle. Sporting Kansas City and Seattle get the last allocation of CONCACAF Champions League spots in the MLS. And since I am a little curious to see who exactly won the Canadian Championship, it does in fact look like Toronto FC are going to the CONCACAF Champions League anyway. They beat Edmonton, which are a Nassau team, a second-tier team, by the score of 5-0 on aggregate. So it doesn't even matter if they came in second and they get passed over. They are in the CONCACAF Champions League anyway. And speaking of the Champions League, we get ourselves another $100,000 in allocation money just for qualifying for the CONCACAF Champions League. So we have ourselves $1.1 million in allocation funds to play with next season. And as far as the season-ending awards go, let's take a look at them in order. Sebastian Giovinco named MVP. I mean, just take a look at him. He was outstanding this entire season. 22 goals, 12 assists in 33 appearances with a 7.46 average rating. David Accam coming in second, though. I'll take that. Didn't expect him to be in the top 3. Didn't expect any of my guys to be in the top 3. So nice to see him sitting up there. Rookie Jack Harrison gets himself Rookie of the Year award. Brandon Vincent coming in second place there. So a little bit of a letdown. Fun fact though, Chicago did in fact draft Jack Harrison this past year, and then they traded Jack Harrison to New York for the 4th pick, which eventually that led to Brandon Vincent. So Chicago drafting 2 guys that eventually became Rookie of the Year and runner-up to Rookie of the Year. Interesting little sidebar there, but now I'm moving off topic now. Goal of the year, Luis Solniak, which was the goal that you saw earlier, that 25-yard strike crossed the face of goal into the top bins. That was a fine goal. Sean Johnson winning goalkeeper of the year. Nice. 29 goals conceded in 31 league matches, a 7.09 average rating. Obviously, if you're conceding less than you're playing, you should be near the top of any sort of list. Defender of the Year, Steven Beitashour out of Toronto FC, with Matt Hedges and Matt Biesler coming in 2nd and 3rd respectively. Brian Gendo, Coach aka Manager of the Year. And then finally, Best 11 throughout the entirety of the MLS. We got Sean Johnson, Dimitar Berbatov, and Kevin Molino. 3 out of the 11. Now if that doesn't mean that we had ourselves a superstar team, then I don't know what is. Alright boys, that means the offseason is just about to start. The transfer window is just about to open in the very next day. So I got a lot of dealings that I want to make. I need to better my defense, my midfield. My attacking front is fine at this point in time, so I don't want to touch that. But there still is a lot that needs to be done to get ourselves back into the playoffs and win the MLS Cup for next year, as well as be competitive in the CONCACAF Champions League. So that's going to be something fun to look out for. Next episode will be the trade/transfer special. I hope you guys stick around to check that out. But as far as this episode goes, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching it. If you like what you saw, even though it ended up in a bad way, go and hit that like button. It does let me know that you are still interested in the series. It helps me out a lot. And of course, if you're new to the series and the channel in general, go and hit that subscribe button. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else at all, please leave in the comment box below. But as always guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and peace out.